Hey guys, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kaun, has petitioned the British House of Lords for urgent intervention in his detention and case with the Nigerian government. Kaun, who possesses dual citizenship as a Nigerian and a Briton, wrote the petition through his special counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, describing himself as a political activist who is advocating for self-determination for the people of Biafra nation in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Kaun, in the petition dated January 18, 2024, said that IPOB is registered as a legal entity in the United Kingdom and has numerous offices and chapters around the world. He noted that the group, which was proscribed as a terrorist organization by the former President Muhammadu Buhari's government, operates in the open as a non-violent group. The IPOB leader recounted how his ordeal started in October 2015 when he was rearrested in Lagos, Nigeria, a few days after he arrived from London and was subsequently charged with treasonable offences stemming solely from his pro-Biafra broadcast on Radio Biafra from his location in London. Kaun also recalled how from September 10 to 14, 2017, Nigerian security force led by the army attacked his house. The petition reads, "The security forces used live bullets and other lethal munitions, and several people, including Mr. Kaun, his parents, now late, his siblings, his children, women, the elderly, and numerous visitors were at the said home with Mr. Kaun during the attacks. At the end of the attack, Mr. Kaun's home was badly damaged. Dozens of people were killed. Many were wounded and maimed, and the security forces captured several persons alive and disappeared them to unknown locations to this day." In January 2022, a high court in Nigeria declared the military attacks at Mr. Kaun's residence as unconstitutional and a breach of his fundamental rights and awarded him substantial monetary damages. In March 2018, the African Commission on Human and People's Rights issued an interim decision holding that the military attacks on Mr. Kaun and the contemporaneous prescription of IPOB violated the African Charter, and accordingly, the Commission on Human and People's Rights Chapter and accordingly wrote the former president of Nigeria to redeem the situation, but the gun never implemented the preventional measures to this day. Sorry, I meant to say. According to the petition, as a direct consequence of the said military invasion and a nationwide manhunt for Kaun, Mr. Kaun was compelled to flee Nigeria in search of refuge and to save his life. He said in the course of his involuntary exile, Mr. Kaun on the 12th May 2021 entered the Republic of Kenya as a British subject and was legally admitted on his British passport. After his admission, he settled in at a temporary location in Nairobi, Kenya. After falling in the objective of killing Mr. Kaun during the September 2017 military operation against him and being aware that he had taken refuge in Kenya, security forces of the GON hotly pursued Mr. Kaun to Kenya and laid in wait and ambushed him. On June 19, 2021, Mr. Kaun drove himself to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Nairobi, Kenya, on a personal errand. As soon as he put to a stop at the parking lot and alighted from his vehicle, several armed security agents working for Kaun violently accosted and abducted him, handcuffed him, blindfolded him, bundled him in a vehicle, and speed away. The abductors took him to a non-scripted private house, not a police station or other official location somewhere in Nairobi, Kenya, and chained him to the floor. Mr. Kanu was not shown any Kenyan arrest warrant or extradition warrant. None was he informed of the existence of any such warrant. His abductors took turns beating him and torturing him, taunting him, and verbally degraded him. He remained chained to the floor for 8 days, was not allowed to bathe, was fed bland bread once a day, and given sanitary water to drink. He was not taken before a Kenyan court or even a Kenyan police station or other official law enforcement facility, or even allowed a phone call. He was later flown to Nigeria from Kenya. According to the petition, Kanu was on June 29, 2021, secretly arraigned and without benefit of his counsel of record before a federal high court in Abuja. The petition said the court wrongfully ordered him detained with secret police, the state security service, instead of a prison facility, which is a clear violation of the provisions of the Nigerian Prisons Act, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, and the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution on right to counsel. The petition noted that in October 2023, a high court in Nigeria declared as unconstitutional the executive actions of the Nigerian government in the proscription of IPOB and its declaration as a terrorist group. He said the court awarded sufficient damages against the Kaun and ordered it to apologize to Mr. Kanu. On the 13th of October 2023, Nigeria's Court of Appeal delivered a judgment ruling that the mode of transferring Mr. Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria amounted to extraordinary rendition. Accordingly, the court discharged Mr. Kanu from all criminal charges pending against him. On the 15th December 2023, the Nigerian Supreme Court remitted Mr. Kanu's case back to the originating High Court to consider the charges while stand against him. However, the Appeals Court strongly condemned both the said military attacks against Mr. Kanu and his extraordinary rendition. To date, however, the case file is yet to be transmitted to the High Court, and the said judgment of remitter is yet to be enrolled and certified, thus leading to a situation where Mr. Kanu remains in limbo without any clear prospect of even being brought to trial since the saga began almost 9 years ago in 2015. The petition pointed out that Mr. Kanu is gravely ill with 3 life-threatening conditions, namely a serious heart condition, hypertension, and low potassium levels. He said all of these serious conditions demand specialist medical care and interventions that are not available at the facility where he is being detained, or even in Nigeria as a whole, and the Kaun is finally aware of this. In view of the foregoing, we hereby most respectfully present the following prayers for the considerations of the House of Lords. Urgently intervene with His Majesty's government, strongly urging it to promptly make demands on the Kaun to unconditionally release Mr. Kanu from detention and repatriate him to the United Kingdom and to levy sanctions against the gun if it fails to comply within a reasonable date. So guys, what's your take on this? Abeg, make we hear from you.